congratulations on the film. I think I loved it. A very well-deserved awards that you have received. How important is it for you to receive awards, considering that I'm sure you got so many at home?
You know, what's important? What kind of importance of what? Of Oscar?
Of the recognition that that you've been getting throughout your life as a filmmaker, and also the Oscars. Yeah, I know that the film might be contending the Oscar.
When you got a prize, it's very important. When you don't get it, it's not important. It's usually the same thing. So it's nice to get prizes. It's nice to get even appreciation, especially if you don't deserve it. It's a strange thing, you know. Mainly, the film stays not a long time, and it's the biggest achievement if someone remembers your film 10 years after.
So, Andrew, why did you decide to explore this convoluted period of the Soviet era, 1962? Khrushchev, there's a process of Stalinizing the Soviet Union, right?
I understand the way of your thinking, but I can tell you there is no reason for me, was no reason for me to do that. It's not something that I really decided to do because it's usually the same thing. You get an idea, and nothing is more important than another. For example, I made Odyssey, I made Homer, I made Sophocles, I made Life of Michelangelo. All of them are the same importance. And importance is not event. Because, you know, you can make a film about very important event, and the film is going to be a baloney. Or you can make a film about something that's not important at all, like, you know, a thief of bicycle, a bicycle thief. You know, the film of Vysotskaya. I mean, who the hell gives, you know, the life of a poor guy in Italy that steals the bicycle, and it becomes a monument. So in that sense, what is important is trying to understand the reason of human tragedy, the human life, and also important to find out what is your film about, not when you're doing it, when someone tells you what is your film about. Like some people told me, your film is about fear. And I said to myself, God, that's true. But I didn't think about it when I was doing it.
Right. So, but you know what? As a part of the audience, yeah, your perception as a director is different. When I saw your film, I felt that the film was about surviving, about betrayal, about love, about a mother searching for her daughter. It's about the human condition in a space that is convoluted. That's all. The event, the event doesn't matter. What matters is the human condition and the way Yulia swims within that world. Do you agree?
You're absolutely right. But you see, you mentioned so many things. And when someone does a film, one never thinks about it's going to be about love, betrayal, about everything, including fear and including blindness and including fanaticism. You can. That's the question is if it really touches some kind of sense. I'm not talking about sense in a superficial way. I'm talking about sense of life. A sense of life. It's so multifaceted. It's something that you will you will be able to recognize when you don't think about it. You think about it, the power of emotions. The power of emotions gives you the depth. If there is no emotions, that's information. It doesn't take you far away into the depth. Emotions are something that are abstract, like something that you feel when you listen to the music. You don't know why you like Beethoven or Eminem. You don't want to know. You like it. And I think that's important in film, in cinematography, in the art of cinematography, like John Ford or Bergman or Fellini or De Sica. It's about the depth of emotions, and then it's going to be about many things.
Andrei, what do you think of streaming? The new wave of streaming and the movie theaters shutting down due to the pandemic.
It will change the perception of film art, because one thing is to sit in the dark room with another 100 people and be taken away with other people. Another thing is to sit home alone, or not alone, but it's completely different perception. But when you listen to Jefferson Airplane, and I remember Jefferson Airplanes and Janis Joplin and 10,000 people smoking dope and singing there in San Francisco in 1967. It's completely different if you listen to the same music alone, sitting in the bathroom. So, but it's also a pleasure. So I think it's going to be a new way of expression. And the second thing, the film is not going to cost too expensive. It might be less expensive and more for people who still can read.
Yeah. And can I ask a question to the lady, to Yulia?
Go ahead.
Yulia, I would like, what was, sorry, say it.
Whose permission do you need to ask a question?
No, to you. No, I'm asking if I could ask you a question. And am I pronouncing your name right?
Yulia, yeah.
Yulia. So Yulia, I love the character because she's well, I just have to describe what I felt, if that's okay. I felt that she has to, her daughter transforms her beliefs and her feelings, because she's a woman who's very part of the system, if you want. She has to defend the system, but there are some things that happen that make her, go away. It changed her, the way she sees the world. If you can explain, and if you like what I'm saying, if you agree.
No, I don't think her daughter has changed her beliefs. I think God has changed her beliefs. I think if we are to discuss, because it's very difficult to discuss the things that, if you think about your own life and the experience you lived through, to put it into words, it's to make it poor. There are some things that should not be put into words, but if we have to, because we're discussing it, then I think the most important moment in the movie of this short moment of life of this character is that she discovers that there is God, that she's not alone, and she can be helped, and it comes true whatever impossible. It's a miracle what happened to her, and it's not just a good end. I think the good end in this case, it's happy end, yeah. It's not a banal exit of the situation. It's on the contrary. It's something that really happens in life. Life is much more elaborate than any script we can read or we can see on the screen. And that's what gives you hope. I think hope is the manifestation of God.
I think it's beautiful. I don't believe in God the way your character does, but I believe in...
She does not. That's exactly what happens. She does not believe in God, and she meets God. It's a different thing.
Yeah, it's true.
No, it occurs to her. Yeah, you can call it whatever. It doesn't matter what word we put it behind.
Universe.
Exactly. Universe, energy, power of will, whatever. It's or even unexpected circumstances that come together. It doesn't matter. She meets with something she never thought is possible.
When it comes to campaigning for the Oscars, since we're, what do you have to do? Are you going to do anything or just give interviews, or what's going on? Andrei.
Nothing. I'm just reading, sometimes I read the articles, the critics, and I can tell you American critics and some of other critics are very interesting for me because everyone understands the film as something that they consider important, and everyone makes his own understanding of the film, and this understanding are different, and everyone has a right to be wrong.
Is it satisfying for you to read, like for me, the film, I told you what I felt, and if you like those comments when people tell you, oh, for me, your film means, or it meant that it's about human suffering and redemption, or you think that it's all baloney and, or...
It will be insincere for an artist to say, I don't give a damn what whoever thinks about it. We usually can pretend that we are really indifferent to opinion of others, but artists, especially artists as for who makes films or even any other art, he wants first to express sincere feelings about life, and then he wants to share these thoughts, and he wants that his thoughts will be appreciated. And he wants success. Success doesn't mean money. Success means that people like whatever you've done. You should be liked. Artist wants to be liked, but if he's if he's really sincere in his try to understand the sense of life.
So would you say
he doesn't think about audience till the moment that the piece is ready. He just wants to understand himself, honestly understand, is it any reason for us to live? And this is a futile idea, but it's one idea that everyone wants to understand. Why we born and why then we have to die?
I think that one of the things that moves us in the world, maybe Yulia, you agree or not, is the fact that we need to seduce other people. Not only sexually, but seduce them as human beings. We need to be loved. And I think that filmmakers or artists, they need to, as you said, they appreciate the recognition. So do you agree with the concept of seduction, that we are all here to seduce each other? Like right now, I'm trying to seduce you, to try to, try to open you up.
No, I disagree with you. I mean, okay. If you want to seduce, it means you want success. To make success, you have to make a blockbuster. To make a blockbuster, you cannot be sincere, because this is a kind of marketing.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about an artist who doesn't think about success, who thinks about answering the question for himself, and then say to others, look, that's what I understood, and I want you to love what I understood. It's not just trying to seduce, it's trying to share a discovery. And to share a discovery is eureka. It's a different thing. It's first you want to find piece of truth, and then you want to share it with everyone, and you want everyone to love it. It's different. And then they don't like it, and you say, so fuck it. Okay, next time.
I think your film has been loved from the reviews I read. And Julia's performance was loved too. So you guys might be happy. I don't know.
Well, definitely I'm happy because I was thinking, you know, the best way to be free is to think that you shoot your film and then you put it under your bed and you don't want to show it to everyone. And you don't give a damn. And then all of a sudden someone likes it. It's completely different if you think that you have to make a film to make distributed in 3,000 copies, prints, etc., etc. You make your film to shove it in the closet.
Great. So
it's like to write a novel without thing to be published. Then it's freedom.